Welcome back to our countdown to kickoff presented by your local Hyundai dealers. Injuries are an unfortunate reality in the NFL, and they can happen to any player at any time. WMAR News' Xavier Wary has the story of one Ravens journey back from a devastating Achilles injury. Long snapper Nick Moore, who tore his Achilles in 2023 and is now feeling 100% for the first time since his comeback. Xavier, what did he have to say?
Anyone can get an injury, as you just mentioned earlier, and that includes long snapper Nick Moore. Now, I sat down with him earlier in the week, and, we talked about overcoming that journey and just what it means for him to be back finally feeling healthy again.
It's tough. I mean, it was a pretty gruesome injury. It was a long process to get back. Lasted about 12 months. And, when I was coming back through, the whole time you're just like wondering if you're going to be able to, do the same stuff you were doing beforehand, if your leg was going to be strong enough to hold up. For me, like blocking and stuff, like, am I going to be strong enough to block a guy who weighs 300 pounds? And, it's one of those things that you're always worried about it until you do it, because when you do it, you don't have a chance to really think about what your body's doing. You're just reacting to the moment. And once you do it one or two times, you're like, okay, I feel pretty good. My leg held up good. I'm strong. And then the more you do it, the more confident you get, the better you get at it, and the closer you can get to being the player you were before the injury. Last year was my first year back from the surgery, and it took a little time to get used to the new version of me. About halfway through the season, I was doing really well, and I felt comfortable being back, felt confident in my leg again. So this year, I'm just excited to feel 100% moving all the way through the entire season.
You were talking about the surgery, and I want to say it was a minimally invasive repair instead of an open repair.
Yeah.
Just kind of walk me through what that means for those of us who don't know.
Basically, the old style, they used to do a vertical cut right up the Achilles, so you had this really nice big incision that goes directly in line with the Achilles. This is minimally invasive, so it's a horizontal cut that's about this big, which smaller incision means that the scar can heal quicker, and that it, after now the 2 years removed, the scars, other than the color, the color change of the skin, like the scar is very, very small, and it allows for the healing process to be a little bit quicker, and that you're able to get doing like weight bearing stuff a little bit faster, just because the surgery is, or the incision is so much smaller that there's not as much that has to heal with that part of it.
What does a successful season look like for Nick Moore?
I think just doing my part. Like, my job is not one of the sexiest ones. I don't get a lot of praise, and honestly, that's when I'm not getting praise, that's when I'm doing well. Having a young kicker in Tyler, and then Jordan's in his 4th year, like giving them the best chances to be successful by doing my job the best that I can, and helping them be able to succeed on the field is kind of that's the whole goal for me, is making their jobs as easy as possible.